Hey guys, so this is the first part of the Dungeoneering series. Now, what you're seeing there on the screen is Daemonheim. This is where you will be doing all of your Dungeoneering, and first I'm going to show you how to get there actually. So there's three ways to get there, and I'm going to put each one up on the screen in order. Alright guys, what you see on the screen right now, this is Route 1. Now what you want to do for Route 1, you want to start in Varrock, and you basically run through the wilderness up to Daemonheim, and there you go through the little gate, and you follow the route all the way up to where you start. It is good to note that if you are in combat, you will not be able to make it in. So I'm going to put a clip of that of me speedrunning it now. Alright guys, this is me running, and you can see that it is kind of a stupid way to go about getting there. You can see that I think right here is right where I get lost. I start to see bots and I think I'm too far north. I knew prior to this that it was in about 12 wilderness, so I have to revert back to my my fucking map to see where I am and realize I am about like 100 fucking squares north, and so I finally get there. That is Route 1. No big deal, but I don't realize it. Okay, now on to Route 2. For Route 2, guys, you want to either lodestone to Lumbridge or Alcarid. For Lumbridge, take the red route, and for Alcarid, take the blue route. Basically, you're going to go on the boat, and it'll take you to Daemonheim. The boat ride is completely free, so just go there, talk to the guy, and take the boat ride. Now, once there, you're going to follow this map to the place in Daemonheim. You can see the little arrow. It comes in. Follow the red route. That will take you to the place. And now I'm going to put up a clip of the route from Alcarid Lodestone. Okay, so you can see in this clip it is way faster to take the boat route. Yeah, so it's just overall all around faster, and it is no hassle. So just enjoy the rest of this clip. Alright guys, once you're there, by the way, I may sound different because I'm switching between Vegas and whatnot to record. But once there, you're going to want to talk to this guy, the Dungeoneering tutor, and then just kind of spam, right? So he'll give you the Ring of Kinship, and then ask him about the thing. I believe you have to ask him all of these before you can actually go on Dungeoneering. So just do that. Disregard what he says because that's boring and no one wants to read it. But this is the main thing, the Ring of Kinship. Now this thing is very good. This will open your party interface, which I will get into in a second. And this will teleport you to Daemonheim. It's unlimited teleports, which makes it very useful for Ring to do teleporting just around Runescape to a free bank ring. It'll teleport you here, and then you see, then you run it. All these people are sharing summoning, by the way, if you didn't know that. But that's what the Ring of Kinship is used for. That is Route 3, and it is by far the fastest route. You only have to do Route 1 or 2 once, assuming you never lose your Ring of Kinship. So I'm going to switch back to the other clips now. Alright guys, so now let's start with the ring. Right, so you're going to touch the ring. Then I'll open up your party interface. This just says party details. Now, if you click this form button party, you will become the leader, right? Now, this XP thing, XP share off, XP share on. So basically, in a dungeon, when you're doing something that will get you XP, let's say like opening a door or fishing some things, if it's green, everyone will get XP, and if it's red, no one else will get XP. Sorry about that. I recommend that you do not have it on green. It's just not cool. Now click this button to leave the party, and click this button to invite player. You can enter a name, which is I don't think anyone does that. Alternatively, what is going on here, dude? Really? You gotta load. Alternatively, you can right click a name. If there's no one's around, you can right click a name. And you'll see invites. Now you can only do this if you're the party leader, right? You'll do that if you're the party leader. Now, if you leave the party, someone else can invite you. Like this guy did to me. He invited me, and then after a while it expires. Now, commonly, if someone guy's like, okay, hosting whatever dungeon, trade for invite. Basically trade him, and then he will invite you. And then click. I like to put that on because it gets spammed out a lot. And then boom. Now let's form the party back up. Now let's talk about floors. Floors. Alright, so basically, floors. This is what your interface looks like. These, the ones that are highlighted like this, are the floors you have available. Now you can see I've already done floor 1, that's why it is ticked off. Alright, now these 2 through 5, these are supposed to be other members of your party doors. Other members of your party's dungeon raiding team. Um, that's theirs. So this is yours. You're the only one, right? This is yours. You'll know because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I've done floor 1, and basically what I have to do is I have to complete all of these floors, and I'll get dungeoneering experience in the process. So you basically want to click a floor. That's the floor you're done. Then you're gonna confirm, right? Now you have your floor selected. Then you're gonna want to change. Now always use complexity 6, right? Now complexity 1, it is literally just combat. You get a 50% XP penalty. 2, get more. 3, 4, 5, and 6. No XP penalty. See, which 5, complexity 5 really doesn't make sense to me why it exists. Because you use all of them. I guess to this not high levels. I don't really know what the difference is, but instead you always want to be on complexity 6. That's the only way you can get full XP. I don't know if complexity 5 is faster. I doubt it. This is once you hit confirm, guide mode. Don't use guide mode. It's minus 1%, and I don't really know what it does. No one uses it. Right, then you're ready to go into a dungeon. Now, normally you would have 5 other players with you. Now, when you're solo, you can small or medium, right? Small or medium. Now, with more people, you can do a large. Now, you'll see things like when you go down. I guess I have to go down now. So when you go down, confirm don't do one. When you go down into the dungeon, you'll see this small thing pop up. Small. Alright, choose small. Okay, so you see this one. You'll see floor 2, complexity 6, full. It should always be complexity 6 for the most part. Then you're going to see dungeon size small, and then party size to difficulty ratio, a 1 to 1. So meaning year 1 1 to 1 ratio of party size to difficulty. So it should be 5 to 5. You can do a 5 to 1 if you need to. But the thing is that 5 to 5, this means that you need all 5 players to be able to complete the dungeon, because there's doors that you can't open without all 5 players, right? So then there's like a 5, 3, 3, 5, things of that nature. Well, no, there can't be 3, 5, but there should be 5, 3, things like that. So that is the reason. That's what that is. That's all that is. You kind of always want to aim for 5, 5, unless some special occasions. Alright, I'm going to pause real quick. Alright guys, now that you know how to form a party and then know how to enter a dungeon and know all the good things about a dungeon, you're going to want to find a dungeoneering team. Now what you want to do is you're going to want to go to World 32. Hopefully I can log in because sometimes it doesn't let you. Weird instancing with the dungeon. But maybe I can get in. You're going to want to go to World 32. This is the official world for 1 through 80. Let's go. There should be logging me in. Hopefully it will. Let's see. Come on, Jagex. Don't fuck me on this one, man. There we go. And we are in. Assuming it loads. Come on. Let's speed this up, Jagex. Let's come on. Okay, now we're into the world. So world 32 is the dungeoneering for all 1 through 80s. Now you'll see people around here, and you'll see hopefully someone starts shouting shit. Why is no one shouting things? This is gay. Yeah. Okay. So you see HF 24 through 29 MC6. So what that means is hosting floor 24 through 29, size medium, complexity 6. Now that's what it is. That's the floors he's hosting, and if you want to do it, you would trade him, right? And then he would invite you, and then you would do the party, and you go down the party, and you would go do the dungeon with him, right? Um, Now let's see another thing. You got these guys selling this stuff. Um, Now that's not the only floors you can do. Now let's go. So now that you know how to find a party, you can go in. But now, what floors to do and in which order? Now, guys, I really stress you to do this. Um, at level 1, you can only do floor 1. Now, granted, if you do floor 1, it will give you let's see, it'll give you XP to get to like 3 or 4 maybe. I don't really know. I think I got to level 4 after floor 1, but it's not the way you want to do. What I advise to do is before you even come here, right? I'm sorry I didn't say this earlier, but before you come here, you're gonna want to go and you're gonna want to get about I don't know how many ever points it takes, and then you're gonna basically want to use all your lamps, all your XP lamps, to get to level 50. Yes, level 50. You're saying, oh, but I won't get all my tokens at level 80. 49, 51. But see, when you get to level 49, you don't have to go grinding all these floors and resetting a shit ton of times. You can get straight to level 49, and you know, it's way easier. You're already at floor 25, so. Right, so you're saying, oh, that's a waste of tokens. Well, I'm at 65, and I can't really use that. It's my lowest skill. Um, can't really use that as an example. I'll hold on. I'll tell you how much XP you actually get from 1 through 50. Alright, sorry, I'm back. Okay, so it is 91,721 XP from 1 to 49. What does that mean? Well, basically, if you get this 91k XP without doing any dungeons, don't get me wrong, you can do dungeons, but it's way easier to get to level 49 or 50 before you actually start doing some serious dungeoneering. It just makes it easier to grind. And once you get to about 50, levels kind of start coming in, rolling in way faster. Best way to get this is through lamps, penguin points, in your daily jack of trades aura, things of that nature. Now you're saying, oh my god, that's a waste of tokens. Well, basically what tokens are in dungeoneering is you do your dungeon, and then you get tokens for completing the dungeon that are based on XP. I'll tell you about that later. But basically, you take the tokens and you buy shit from the trader, who is down here, which I will get. But the thing is, now when you don't complete dungeons and you get XP, you don't get tokens from the trader. Otherwise, no one would actually do the skill. Everyone would basically just fucking use lamps on it, like normal people would, like agility for for that fact. So basically, when you don't complete a dungeon, you don't get points. Now, 91k experience is only about 9,010 or 9,010 tokens. Now, you spend these tokens on this guy. I don't believe I can get in. I'll hold on. Yes, you spend your tokens on this man right here. You can buy some of the best shit in the game here, the best weapons, which would be chaotics, is whichever one's after. This is why I'm making this guide, to get from 1 to 80, and for the chaotic goodness. Now, hopefully you read my last video before you heard about my 76 dungeoneering at the moment. Right? Now you know what tokens are, what to do, and what you buy with them. Now, I strongly urge you get to level 1 through 50 without actually dungeoneering. It just makes you go so much faster. Now, let's take a look at floors. Now, you would be assumingly you would have 25. You would be on furnished. Now, before this, you have frozen, a fucking abandoned floor, furnished floor, and then you get to abandoned again, then you get to occult. Now, what the floors are, but basically themes of floors You have different bosses on different themes and things like this. Now, you may say I had floor 24 done, right? Floor 24 done, and some guy was like, "Oh, I'm selling or hosting, 24 large." Right? And you're like, "Oh, damn, I have that floor done. I can't go with that guy." Well, you can actually, since they're themes, you can still go there. So, even if you only have 29 open, if you go on 29, since it's a furnished floor, you can still get experience, same experience for 420 floor as you normally would, right? And then it'll just tick off floor 29 instead. That is the great thing. So don't be discouraged. Like you only see open floor. Like you have one floor open, you don't see anyone doing that floor. You can do the same theme floor. You don't lose any experience, and it's just a way of doing it faster, right? You kind of see a lot of people not advertising like they should. Some guy should be like hosting a cult, um, right? Or hosting Warped, or hosting Frozen. Now some of it might get a little dicey if you don't have high enough levels, but if you're in the 100, you'd probably the 100 plus Dungeoneering, when you'd probably say, oh, hosting a cult, hosting a band, just mainly because those guys know what they're doing and they know that this doesn't affect your experience, right? Let me get on to what I'm doing next. All right, now that you've found your team and you know what floor you want to do, I assume you're at level 50 Dungeoneering like I told you to. Right, so then a note about your team. You're gonna definitely want to be on a team where everyone has the same relative combat level as you. What does this mean? Well, this means that basically when you're in a dungeon, monsters have combat levels, obviously, because you have to kill these things. And then if you're like level 130, and then everyone else on your team is like level 80, the combat level of the monsters will be relatively low for you, but higher for them. Now, if you're on a combat level, say you're 120 and everyone on your team is 120 plus, the combat level of the monster will be generally high. Now, this is good because you are with other people that can heal high monsters. That's why it's good for you. It just kind of helps you in a way. It's, I mean, you can go with level 80s, but they get fucked over and they don't really want you. That's the reason. You see CB 100 plus. That's the reason. Plus, people that can't kill things kind of slow you down. Now, let's get on to yeah, that's about it for this almost. Okay, so let us get on to explaining a rush. Now, yeah, but a rush. So like take a look at my Dungeoneering for a second. Now, I can get up to floor 38. That's a lot of floors to do. That's 38 floors. That's a long time. Now, why would I do floor 1 through, let's say, 30, 25? Floor 1 through 25, when I don't get really good XP for those floors, right, you get basically shit XP compared to these floors, and you can level 3 times with the remaining floors. So why would I do, why would I do floor 1 through 25 seriously? Well, a lot of people don't. Now, this is what rushing is. You'll see a guy probably doing, no, let's see, 413 small. No, that's not what I want. Some people do C6 rushes if they have a floor. Hosting floor 1, this guy has 1 Dungeoneer. You need my thing. You'll see some guy going, hosting 1 through 30 C1 rush. Okay, so what that means is a rush is on complexity 1, so there's no doors except combat. Really small dungeon, you just do the small sized. And what it does is you get through those first 20 to 30 dungeons really quickly, get them out of the way so you can reset eventually. They don't give you XP anyways, I mean, rushing does give you XP. The point of the rush is just to complete the floors as fast as possible, get those out of the way so you can actually get on to making some serious tokenage on the next floors. Now, in a rush, what you want to do is, I'm not going to put a clip of it because it's really self-explanatory. You don't want to grab any food because at C1 they give you all the armor. You don't want to grab any food off the table. Just start opening doors, right? You're going to want to start opening doors And then when you start opening doors, you basically just find the boss. Doesn't matter if you do all the dungeon. Just find the boss, kill the boss, and you're on to the next one. These should take about 1 to 2 minutes with 5 people. Really simple. Do it 5 to 1 ratio. Really fast, easy. You just want them to get out of the way. That's the only reason they're there. That's the only reason you rush, just to get them out of the way. So let's see on to the next thing. Alright guys, this is how it is calculated. So, really, I'm going to show you how your Dungeoneering XP per floor is calculated. So, what it does. So you have here, you have up at the top right here, that is your time, right? And right here is your space. Now to proceed real quick without having to wait the 30 seconds, just click on this and it'll go green, or right click leave and you can leave the dungeon without going to the next one. Alright, so you have little stats here. This is me. I did a floor 1 solo just to show you. That's like a thing, those don't matter, those don't affect you at all. Alright, so floor 1, 100 experience. It's base. You get a floor, each floor has its base experience. It doesn't change for anyone. Right? Then we go on to prestige. Now prestige is a very weird thing, and I'll explain that after this clip. But prestige is basically added with your floor, and it is average. Now the prestige also does change with floor as well, but it changes from player to player, and that's where you get the diverse XPs. Like if you do a large dungeon, after it, some people might be like, oh, 30k XP. Someone else might be like 32k XP. That's just a change in their prestige or deaths. Now you have dungeon size, right? These are the modifiers. Small, medium, large. Now small is no deduction or no addition. Medium, I think might be a 5% addition, and large is I think a 10% addition. So you're already winning there. Bonus rooms. Now bonus rooms there's no in C1 smalls. But bonus rooms really they're the skill based rooms, and when you open them, you get a certain percentage of extra experience. They're not necessary to completing the boss, but they're really nice to have. It is kind of aggravating when you can't open them, but when you have them all open, we have the entire dungeon open. It is plus 13%, and that's an A plus in my book. Let's get on to difficulty. Now the difficulty is a 1 to 1. And I'll explain difficulty. I've already explained difficulty, but basically, I don't know if a 6-6 or 5-5. I'm sorry, if it adds percentage. I'm guessing it does. I don't really remember. Now complexity. This is on C1 because it was a rush and it was minus 46%. That's taken out as well. Guide mode minus 1%. I don't know why they even have that auto on C1, but it's kind of gay. Now deaths. You see, I have 0 deaths, right? I don't know why it has a plus 0%. Deaths always give you negative percentage. The thing about deaths is that they suck dick. Dying is very aggravated, so is getting hit in dungeoneering. No one likes it, and whatever, but when you die, it takes a certain percentage away from your, your total XP. It can top out at 15%. I think it subtracts 80% from your overall thing, so dying kind of sucks, but it's alright to die 1 or 2 times. It is not that detrimental. Then you can see you have total modifier, 45%, kind of sucks. I believe you can get the top is 150%. I don't really remember. And then total XP, and then the tokens. Now tokens is obviously based on your XP. You see I got 411 XP and 41 tokens. It is like the genie lamps. I would have 41 whatever, fucking 41 crafting, which I don't have 70. 41 crafting, get 410 experience. So same basic thing. I think it rounds up. So up or down, it rounds it. That is basically how your thing is, how your is calculated. And if you're wondering why it's a little crisscross, because I did this in paint, because it doesn't last long. It only lasts 30 seconds, and it took me 4 minutes to explain all this. I hope that helped you. Moving on to the next thing, prestige. Try this. And then there's a train outside whenever I want to fucking record. Fucking assholes. Alright. So resetting, I'm not sure if a thing popped up there or what, but you can see that, let's change floors, that I've literally done every floor I can do. You can see how they're all checked, up to 38, which is the highest one I can do at the moment, right? Well, I can't get any more prestige for a floor. If I do, let's say, floor 27 again, I will get 0 prestige for the floor, and I only get the floor experience, right? Because I've already done the floor this time, right? What I want to do is reset my XP. What I want to reset, right? So you can see current progress is at 38, and previous progress was 37. The whole goal of resetting is that you build on top of each other. So my current progress is 38, previous was 37. So that means last time I reset, I had only done up to floor 37. Right now, I've done up to floor 38, which is higher than last time, so I would have a 1 higher prestige than last time. So when I reset it, my previous reset progress would be 38, giving me more XP from resetting. Now, what you really don't want to do is you whatever you do, only do this when you complete every single floor. If you don't complete every single floor, it will completely fuck you up. Then you would have low prestige score. So say you have my Dungeoneering, and I decided to reset at floor 20 for some reason, I would have prestige 20, and I'd be getting really, really bad XP. Um, the thing about the resetting progress, the thing about resetting is that's what gets you more points at a higher level. So since I'm higher, say some guy's 50 Dungeoneering, and I'm at my current level, I have higher progress than him. So we both get the same base floor experience, but when I get my reset experience progress, I would get higher because it's added into it. You see, so and then it would have a higher average. So that's basically what resetting is. So you want to reset, and you always want it at the same or higher. That's very important, so you get decent things, right? So come up with this, and when you're really sure that you've done all the floors you can, you want to do it. And yep, now my current progress at 0, but the previous was at 38 now. And now I should be able to do all the floors, and they're all unticked. So guys, I hope that was unconfusing for resetting. Right? Let's move on. Alright guys, there you have it for my first part of my Dungeoneering Guide series. I hope you liked it, and hope this is starting to help you guys out. Hope you can fully understand Dungeoneering and the basics of it right now. I bet you're surprised about how much of the skill is actually based outside of the dungeon. I know I was when I was learning it. Um, So yeah, this is the first part. I hope it helped you. Guys, please give it a, just comment on it. Give me some good feedback, hopefully. Tell me anything I missed in the guide. Tell me if I should use more pictures, more shit. I'm still, gonna work on the other guides. I'm gonna finish this hopefully in a couple weeks. And, just give me a shout, tell me how you like it, and, subscribe and all that good stuff. Stay tuned for my next part of the 3-part guide to Dungeoneering 1 through 80. Thank you guys, and have a wonderful day.